were too sweet for me until I stumbled along the river and fell in. The snake's back on his feet, walking down the street. He's coming for you, but baby, I'm coming too. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight for your love. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight for your love. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight for your love.
Hello, everybody. It is May 5th, 2024. I am Drew.
And I'm Tara.
This is America's #1 sibling, sports and entertainment, butthole buffoonery. It is the wettest podcast on either side of the Mississippi. It is MELLONfights.
MELLONfights.
It is MELLONfights, and we're here to bring the thunder.
Yes.
You're a little quiet. I'm not sure why.
I'm not either. I haven't done anything new.
Well, you were having a lot of issues, so why don't you try to turn that up while I get it going here? You know how to turn it. You figured out how to turn it up last week. Make sure.
Input?
Huh? I don't know. You did
Input?
it last week. I don't know what you did. I wasn't there. I can't see your computer.
Input.
Whatever you did last week worked.
Input. Input. Ha!
I think that's better.
Huh. Okay.
God, they are loud. Can you hear it?
No. I did a little bit there.
They're just like howling and hooting, and they're like being very. They just started up too, so it's not like.
Are they on the roof?
No, they're on the
Oh.
like. They're that's if they're on the roof, we wouldn't hear them. They're
Oh.
2 doors over in a yard, and they're just being very annoying.
Oh.
When I'm on the roof, people can't hear me. When people aren't, you just can't hear people on the roof really,
No.
because the sound doesn't
'Cause-
like travel down really.
Because you're up so high.
But when you're down there, it travels up to bug me and ruin my our very prestigious podcast, MELLONfights. So this week is should be my 5th week of chugging 2 High Lifes till High Life takes notice. But I'm retired. I retired it. I vomited. You know, I couldn't even get. I doubled the shit that people share on these TikToks and all of that jazz, the Instagrams, the shit that they share. People do like it's cool. I chugged 2 beers and then vomited it. I should have vomited on screen.
Yeah.
Because I drank those
Might have
beers
got some more.
lightning quick. I would like to also mention that quick. Dad didn't realize I chugged the beers at the same time.
Oh, yeah. For those who are listening.
For those that are listening and didn't see the clip, I didn't explain it last week, but the beers were drank. He's like, I wasn't sure. I was like, if you drink them that fast, 1 at a time is insane. He's like, but 2 at a time is also insane. I was like, I agree. And that's why I exploded. And you could hear
Yeah.
Did you listen, Tara, to the pod?
I did.
You could hear the sound. You hear
Yes.
the toilet open, then you just
The
hear like a
toilet.
whoosh sound. It didn't
Yeah.
sound like vomit. It just sounded like
No.
it sounded. I don't know. It just sounded like a splash of water.
Mhm.
It was such a weird bubbly deal. But so yeah, that's retired. We'll see. I thought about doing it, but I also didn't have any. I was like, oh, I'm not doing it anymore, so I didn't buy any High Life this week. So then I got canceled.
Yeah.
Canceled it
It's
because I'm
probably
out of
for the
High Life.
best.
Huh?
It's probably for the
I
best.
might
I'm
chug
just gonna
something. I might
say
start
it.
chugging something new next week.
Okay.
We'll see what it is. I was thinking maybe muscle milk. A muscle milk a week. Not 2 muscle
Okay.
milks, just 1 muscle milk. Be a lot of
I
muscle
chug-
milk.
I chug a lot of those though, so that's not that impressive.
The way I chug it, gone.
Kinda.
It's gone. No, you don't. Maybe we'll have a chug off next week.
You want me to go chug up Fairlife and show you?
Fairlife ain't a muscle milk.
Well, I don't like
40
muscle
grams
milk.
of protein in my muscle milk. 220 calories. I can't be chugging 2 of those. That's a lot of calories.
That's a lot of calories.
Speaking of,
It's
I
400.
I didn't poop yesterday.
Ooh, that's
I
big
didn't
for
poop today.
you. You're probably eating too much protein
Too much
and not
protein.
enough fiber.
Not enough fiber. Two days ago, though, I had to poop at Target because it felt like I was going to die. I made it though. I made it to Target.
Oh, those are always the worst.
Yeah. So
when you're like, I'm gonna shit my pants.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna shit it for sure. It was like I haven't pooped since then. That was like a liquid nightmare. We'll call it. And then I haven't pooped since. So I don't know. It definitely has to do with what I've been eating and all that stuff.
Get some fiber in that.
You have to get some fiber. How do I get fiber in me? What's the trick?
You could do apples.
Oh, I do like
greens.
Apples. What would the bananas have fiber?
No, they have potassium.
I ate some bananas today.
You can do like beans.
Beans. What about lentils?
Probably.
Do they have fiber? I don't even have any lentils. I'm just asking. Tara, how was your weekend?
My weekend was good. It's been so nice out, but you just can't get enough of it. I went and tried this taco place that people are like, these are the best tacos.
Were they even close?
No.
Where was it?
They weren't close. It was, okay, you know where Trin and Jai lived?
Yeah.
Right there. There's a little bar on the corner.
You could have just said Atwood Avenue, so the world
Atwood
knows.
Avenue.
Atwood Avenue, Madison.
Yeah.
Was it right where they lived, though, in that little stretch?
Yeah.
Like those restaurants, right? Those where
I could see like the deck from the porch that we were.
That was a big deck that they had.
It was huge.
It was like as big as my deck, I feel like. Maybe even bigger.
I forgot how big it was until I saw it.
That was a good spot.
Mm-hmm.
They should still have that spot.
I know.
Nope.
But they also had oysters, so I tried oysters for the first
time.
Oh, wow.
I don't know that's where would have been my first oyster stop.
Well, so the people that I was with, one of them, he used to study oysters, so he knows a lot about oysters. So he was like, I'm going to try one first, and if it's not good, I won't have you guys try them. And they're like, no, they're good. And they were good.
I've had them a couple times in my life. I don't ever need them. I don't really need them.
No.
I prefer a mussel.
I think I could like eat a bunch of them.
I like the cooked musselness. It's like the same vibe, but cooked. I like it better.
I don't think I've ever had a mussel.
Mussels, clams.
Never.
I like them better. I don't like the slurpiness and the vinegariness of it.
I kind of liked it. Salty.
Well, I've had some pretty good ones in my day. One place was known for them that I went for dinner once, and one place was the restaurant in my old.
Did you eat any in New Orleans when you were there?
No, we did mussels, and I think we might have done clams too. I don't remember. We did escargot as well.
I don't think I'd want to fuck with that. Snails, ew.
It tasted good. I liked it. I'd had it before, but I like escargot actually. It's good flavor. It's a little bitter though. A little more bitter than those other things. Kind of like how crawfish are a little more bitter. Craw.
Ugh, I hate crawfish.
Well, I didn't. I had a lot of good ones. Like, this is amazing. I like.
Did you have to like pull it out of
No, they were all prepared. Every time I had them, they were prepared.
Maybe I would have liked it then, but
there was one that was in mac and cheese. It was really good. It was basically it tasted like lobster, basically. Like they were quality. They were high quality. That was like 2 years ago. Holy shit.
That's crazy.
It's forever ago.
Yeah.
Anything cool? Anything for Cinco de Mayo today? Today is Cinco de Mayo. How am I not drinking a marg? I should go make a spicy marg really quick.
Well, spicy Margo.
I don't think you got the skill set to vamp for 35 seconds. Vamp.
35 seconds? Okay. Let's see here. What should I vamp about? Well, one thing that was interesting about the Ohio Tavern is there was just some eclectic folks in there that had different things going on. One of the bartenders, he had on it was a t-shirt that was cut into a what's it called? Shirt midriff. Why am I drawing a blank on what those things are called? Yeah, a midriff, we'll call it. And he had on like gaucho pants from maybe 2007. And his girl that he was with, that was there hanging out with him, she had her whole head shaved except for her sideburns had like hair coming off of them, and then she had two like space buns in, so like the back of her hair wasn't shaved. So it was, there was some looks in there. I wasn't used to I've been in suburbia for the last God knows how long year, 2 years, almost 3 years in July. Holy shit. And I just don't see stuff like that anymore. So I was like, all right, Madison's still keeping it weird. There's still some weird spots where people are being adventurous with their fashion. But I was just like, damn, that's quite the bar. Oh, and he had Crocs on too. Oh, and he had a stomach tattoo that said something along the lines of like breaking the rules. It wasn't that exact thing, but it was something in that vein. So he had like a big stomach tattoo, a crop top, that's what it is, and gaucho pants.
And that's how fast your boy can make a spicy marg.
Woo.
It looks pretty good.
I vamped the whole
I
time.
could see you were talking. I don't know if it was good.
Well,
Do you think it was good?
I don't know. Sometimes I can't say words.
What were you talking about?
Figured it out. I was talking about the Ohio Tavern.
What's that?
And where I was today having tacos and oysters.
Hey, Tara. Sing Happy Cinco de Mayo.
Happy Cinco de Mayo. This is my
Ooh, wait, that tastes good as hell. You know, this tastes better than the ones I was making yesterday. Yesterday, all I did was drink spicy margs with a friend on the roof.
Where? Ooh.
On my rooftop.
On the rooftop. It's the perfect weather for the rooftop.
John was the friend. I didn't mean to be.
Nice.
I didn't mean to be vague.
Vague. How's Jono doing?
He's good. He had a cup 1.5, and then he had vodka with the spice was hitting him a little. He didn't like it. I added more mix this time. I made a mistake. Last night I was doing 1-to-1 with it. I think you're supposed to do 1-to-2.
Oh yeah.
I was doing 1-to-1. I like to get fucked up. Anyway, I'm just readjusting some stuff here. We got a lot planned for the day. Not a lot. We got a list and we got a movie to talk about. Did you watch the movie?
Yeah, I did. I watched it today.
We'll talk about that in a second. Let's talk about the first round of the NBA playoffs. Finished today.
Finished up.
Bucks are out, which is like good riddance. I'm really happy to not have to like
watch your stupid asses
think about them
for the next...
again for like.
Yeah.
It'll be too soon. They'll be talking about them so much. They're already talking about like, trade rumors. Like there's not teams are saying they want to trade for Giannis.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean the Bucks are going to go like, okay, or he wants to.
Right.
Like, just stop. The Bucks would be insane. The amount of money that Giannis brings into the team, they won't be able to make up for it with anything else. They won't be able to make up for it with anything. No matter who they bring in, so they can't trade him.
No.
And I don't think he wants to get traded. I think him and Dame are ready to roll again. They just need to stay healthy next year.
Yeah, they need to stay healthy. They need to get some young guys some PT.
Yeah, they need to get rid of a couple old guys.
Some people.
A couple of these old guys. They get a little younger on the edges. They got some young guys with some talent. Get rid of some dudes. Get rid of some bad attitudes.
Yes.
The Patrick Beverleys of the world. What a dumb fuck. We were right to begin with, and he tricked us for a few months on his on his best behavior. We were talking shit early on though.
Yeah.
When he had a game and then he was all of a sudden in Chicago shooting free throws. Like, dude, you don't give a fuck.
Exactly.
There was things he did I liked, but he was just he's too much. He doesn't have the way he talked. First of all, throwing the ball was nuts. And then the way he talked to that reporter was even worse.
Yeah.
You follow my podcast. Who gives a shit, dude? Do you follow whatever she does? No, go fuck yourself. He's such a cunt. Like when people are rude to people like that for no reason, it drives me insane. Drives me fucking insane. Fuck off, Patrick Beverley. You don't belong on the Bucks.
It just doesn't make any sense why you would be such a dick.
I mean, he's in a bad mood, obviously,
Sure.
but still, don't be a cunt.
But like,
you're the only person who's being a cunt to is that woman.
Yeah.
That was the only person who's acting like that too.
Exactly.
It was bullshit.
Like, bro. I hate that shit.
I hated it. So the Bucks are out. I'm fine with that. We don't need to talk about them anymore, which is nice. So we get to cheer for the Knicks now, which is great because we talked about
Knicks.
We're cheering Knicks for sure.
Yep, 100%.
100%. It's easy
to
cheer
else
for the Knicks.
Would we cheer for? Nobody
It's easy
else.
to cheer for the Knicks. The only thing I would have maybe cheered for is if the Philly won, just because I love watching Maxey play. So I guess I'm cheering for the Knicks, and I'm also cheering for the Minnesota thing to be real because Anthony Edwards is a fucking blast to watch.
He is a blast, and he's having so much fun, and he talks shit and backs it up, and
backs it up. I love him.
Does.
Here's the thing I will say: some stuff that people are saying is like inappropriate, like because there's like online rumors and bullshit like that. The new one is that Michael Jordan is, how they're saying Michael Jordan was fucking Jimmy Butler's dad last year. Now they're saying
dad.
Now they're saying he's Ant's dad, like secretly. Because he plays like him, kind of. It's just like super. Even Perkins said they were doing a highlight, and he goes, "Michael Jeffrey, excuse my burp,
Jesus,
Margarita. I didn't even chug beers. I actually just probably my Dr. Pepper." He goes, after a big dunk, he goes, "Michael Jeffrey Jordan, you are the father, basically."
Ew.
And it's like, dude, first of all, it's not even like I don't care what about Michael Jordan, like that whole like. It's more about like Ant. Who wasn't raised by his dad, and that's like rude to him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I don't really know the whole situation. I don't know if he ever met his dad ever, but I know he apparently wasn't raised by him. Like that's not like fucking say that. It's fucked up, dude. And he's saying that on like ESPN. He should apologize for that.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
That's gross.
Any other takeaways from round one? Anyone else you're excited about? The final game was today. There was only one game 7. The Cavs won today on another nice Donovan Mitchell game. God, I can't remember his goddamn name.
Yeah. Not tons of. I mean, I knew the Clippers weren't gonna do anything.
No.
I mean, is Kawhi done? Like, why would anyone keep him on the team if he?
I wouldn't trade. No one should trade for him. I mean, the Clippers should just, he's stuck. The Clippers are stuck with him. I feel like at this point.
Yeah.
Unless they trade him for like nothing, like a couple second-round draft picks or something. I don't know. And when he plays, he's fine, but he never can play. He just can't play.
I know. And then
there are a bunch of old
James
fucks.
James Harden had a 16-point game, I think.
Dude,
0 3 points were made.
I've enjoyed the last decade of the Harden chicanery and like dick sucking and big moment. Like at least with Kyrie's played really well in playoff games.
Oh yeah,
like all the other players, they talk about how great he is. There's a lot of things he does. I'm like, that's just a carry. You're just carrying the ball a bunch. But he's a winner.
Really
like,
good
he comes
at
up big in big moments. His biggest issue's been his like nonsense off
antics.
the court.
Yes.
Like on the court, he's a great basketball player. Where Harden is douchey off the court and on the court doesn't come up in big games. Paul actually played pretty good. George.
Didn't have a good game though either. He didn't have a good last game.
Yeah, but neither did the other. Like at that point, he had played pretty good though. He had hit big shots. He played pretty well. So he could be headed somewhere. We'll see what happens with all that. I don't know. They're not to me. None of that is that interesting. None of them move the needle.
No.
No matter where they end up, it's not going to change anything, in my opinion. Denver lost already to Minnesota though, first game, which
crazy.
Whatever. We'll see how that goes. It could go like they're really good and can easily turn that around really fast. Boston is going to be playing this Cavs team.
Yeah.
I think they should probably destroy them if I had to guess. Maybe not. I don't know. Can anyone destroy anyone?
Kristaps is injured, but that doesn't really matter because they still have a ton of people.
Yeah, but Kristaps would be good in this series because they got a lot of big guys.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they might actually stop Kristaps a little bit, so maybe they won't use that tactic. Actually, it might be better for him. Other than that, yeah, we're rooting Knicks. I can't root for Dallas. I just don't. care about Dallas.
No. And OKC is just like the fun young team.
Yeah. So, yeah, we got
Who kind of like, what I like about what they're doing is they're kind of taking it. I mean, quite a few of these teams that were in the finals are like building within and getting good draft picks and finding good talent in the draft and not having like the Clippers or even the Bucks, like them having
they have nothing.
They don't have anything. No.
But that's the thing is all these teams can't do anything with those draft picks anymore. They have all these draft picks with no roster spots.
Yeah.
Can you check the mic for me quick? All right, I think we're good. Okay. She's gonna get some Diet Dew in her. Other basketball news: Caitlin Clark had her first preseason game, lit it up, played great against some. I don't know I don't know if she was playing against a bunch of because it was a preseason game. I don't even know if like scrubs were playing or whatnot, but it doesn't really matter because they're still like WNBA level women, and she played great. She shot good, so people are gonna be tuning in. Good. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens.
I don't know what the hell the WNBA was thinking. They should have been trying to figure out TV deals before the season because people were pissed because they couldn't watch Angel Reese and Cardoza.
It was a preseason game, though.
I know, but
preseason games are barely ever televised, Tara.
Well,
barely ever televised. No, everyone's pissed.
Figure it out.
They don't need to figure it out. Who cares about preseason games?
I mean, they need to. They need to figure out the season. Is what I'm saying.
I don't know. I don't know if they have it figured out or not.
Because people are
I'm sure it'll be on here.
Want to watch them.
I'm sure it'll be on here. They didn't know it was going to be this thing. It's hard. TV like sports contracts get signed like way ahead of time. They got a new deal coming up. Apparently, the WNBA TV deal that they got to try to. But they have a deal with someone, so they can't just randomly put stuff on. They have like rules because of their contracts. But who cares if it's they didn't have they're like acting like a preseason game. Like they streamed it on something, so. But I know it's a preseason game. How often are NBA preseason games watched by anybody? Not really.
Nobody cares about them. That's why this is pretty wild.
Well, that's because people. It's not. They shouldn't care. That's still. I don't care. I didn't care. I didn't watch the Caitlin Clark game because I didn't care. It's preseason. But I did see that she shot well, and she was able to do the same sort of shit where she dribbled around and made people look stupid.
Yeah, she's a good dribbler.
But we'll see. It'll probably get a little harder for her when she starts playing a little better stuff. But I think she proved that
she's going to be
over
just
time.
fine.
She'll be fine. Like that was her first try at it, you know.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting.
And she just has tons of confidence too right now. So it's like if she keeps that rolling, she's going to be just fine.
Yeah, the WNBA should be fine. And all the old heads, as I like to call them, old heads. Such a dumb thing. They all need to get over it and be happy that there's something come to their game. People watching it, who cares if it wasn't? They didn't watch for you, but that's just the way it is. You're going to have to get over it. You're fine. Yeah. You're doing fine. I mean, some of them aren't. Some of them didn't make shit in their career, but you're doing fine. Get over it. Diana Taurasi.
Yeah.
You're doing fine. You have tons of money because she has had tons of endorsements over her lifetime. Mm-hmm. She's like, she was huge at one point. But again, she's just like it's just like the guys. She's got a chip on her shoulder, and that's why she's great at what she does. So it's good. It works for me.
Yeah.
It's good for the game to have them actually talk like that, honestly. People are like, oh,
yeah.
It's good for the game because it makes people go, like, young people go like, fuck you.
It's storylines. Yeah.
Yeah, it's worth talking about. That's why no one cared about the WNBA for the last 30 years, is there was no real story. No one cared about anything. But now there's young talent. There's old people that don't like the young talent. It's starting to feel more like a league that matters. Mm-hmm. And there's so few teams, 15 or 16, that everyone's stacked talent-wise.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see. WNBA. That's the most WNBA. We've talked actually a lot about that. Actually, it was more about Caitlin Clark. So look, we're talking about it.
Yeah.
We never talked about the WNBA before her.
No, I didn't really know anything about it. Well, I did.
I mean, I knew a little bit about it here. I know of because Chicago Sky won. They had Della Devine, or what was her name? Deladonna?
Deladonna?
Whatever. Your twin.
My twin. Oh,
That
was
sketch would have
funny.
been very good.
Yes, it would have.
We never did it though. So any other sports stuff you want to reach? Tara, how about that clip I sent you of like it was like almost like 2-on-2, like over a net. And
Like
it was like
soccer,
only
volleyball.
it was like a tiny, it was like that was almost like a softball size ball.
Yeah.
And they were using their heads.
Looks like you couldn't use your hands, but you could use your head and your feet.
It was pretty sick. I think we should get a league going.
I don't know if I'd be very good at it anymore, but holy shit.
No one would be good at it.
It was awesome.
Because it's clearly from a different country where they do shit.
I feel like soccer players might know how to do that.
Yeah, they do shit like they would do that like at a soccer court or a tennis court every once in a while, but this was more like... It
was awesome.
I was into it. Yeah, this lady took one to she's just standing there and a ball comes, she takes it to the dome, goes flying the other way, someone gets it back up to her like a set. Like she bumped it with her forehead. The other person, I don't know how they hit it. They weren't in the screen. Either. And then she just like karate kicked it over the net.
Oh yeah.
It was sweet.
Awesome.
It was pretty sweet.
It was awesome. I loved it. I'm like, I want to play this.
Yeah. I want to play it too. I love finding sports clips from other countries. I like when I find like gay leagues from other countries. I've sent you multiple versions of that. Where it's just like very clearly that's what's going on. And they're like the flamboyancy, but like they're also that guy that was doing like every time he made a shot, like would jump in the air, do like that arrow shot.
Yeah.
Like, pew. I'm like, what is this person? Who is this guy?
It's so fun.
It was so fun. Sorry, sports stuff. Anything else for you?
I said mom played pickleball twice this past week.
Did she enjoy it?
Yeah, she said she loved it. She wants me to go play with her. I'll probably try it.
I don't want to be in a pickleball family, Tara.
True.
I don't want to be in a pickleball family.
Well, mom's already pickleballing and she liked it.
Who got her pickleballing?
Her friend Linda.
Linda?
Yep.
Who's Linda?
Linda Kashub.
Oh. The only Linda I could think of was our old landlord.
Oh, she tried to friend me on Snapchat.
Recently?
A couple days ago. Yeah.
She asked to be your friend?
Yeah.
You sure?
Positive.
It's possible. She's been on it forever.
I was
know randomly I'll like numbers that you've had in your phone forever also just be like, oh, this Snapchat person. It was probably that.
But why would she want to be my Snapchat friend?
She's a little weird. I figured she'd be dead by now.
True. She wasn't that old.
But she was like so unhealthy.
She did have some back issues.
She's like an unhealthy waddle machine.
True. What if she listens?
She doesn't listen. If you do listen, Linda, thank you. Send us an email at MELLONfights. That's MELLONfights@gmail.com.
But yeah.
I'm also drinking a Dr. Pepper Zero.
Ooh.
Along with my spicy marg.
Sounds delicious. Like a delicious combo platter.
Mm-hmm.
Combo platter.
Any other notes before we move on?
Just that the Kentucky Derby happened.
I forgot about that. Was that today?
No.
Yesterday.
That was, yeah.
Who won?
I think his name was like Mystic Dan.
Mystic Dan?
But I'm not
That sounds
sure.
wrong. I think I saw it and I don't think it was Mystic Dan.
Yeah. Mystic Dan.
It's a terrible name.
Wins the Kentucky Derby.
That's a bad name. That's a really bad name.
It.
Mystic Dan?
I like it.
Is it like Mystic Tan? But Dan? Is that the bit?
Is that
what's going on there? Like a Mystic Tan? Isn't that a thing, Mystic Tan?
Yeah, it's when you like go and it sprays you.
So is it Mystic Dan then? Okay, I think that's what's going on. I like it now. It actually sounds more like a fantasy football team name than a racehorse. What are you looking for? What are you looking for?
I'm trying to find. I have like those Oakleys.
Oh.
And I was.
What Oakleys?
I'm like, my Oakleys.
What do they got to do with anything?
I'm telling you, I was like, oh, who won the Kentucky Derby? And someone's like Mystic Dan, and I was like, oh my gosh, I look like Mystic Dan, and I put him on, and it was totally what Mystic Dan would look like.
Okay,
I'm serious.
All right, okay, we all have to imagine it.
Imagine it.
We all have to imagine it.
I'm Mystic Dan.
So, we watched a movie this week. When did you watch it?
I watched it this morning.
Oh, okay, of course you did. I think I watched it Thursday night, I want to say. Maybe Friday night. I don't remember. Anyway, we watched Erin Brockovich because I'm going to say this, Tara. Parts of it were familiar. I may have seen it in the past, and there was familiarity to me where I was like, man, I may have seen this, but I didn't remember it very much. I didn't remember it at all. So it was like I had never seen it. So we did watch Erin Brockovich, which I claimed I had never seen it, but I think I had. But maybe not. Maybe I just remember a lot of the big scenes from just it being a famous movie from 25 years ago, you know? 2001?
25 years ago. Yikes.
2001, was it?
I didn't even look.
Why?
Because I never look at the date of a movie.
Why? 2000. That's kind of the point. You got to like have the vibe you're going into.
24. Well, I can remember watching it.
Here's what I want to say before I get into it. Before I start talking shit.
Shit.
You'll see. Julia Roberts is a superstar. Julia Roberts is amazing in it. Julia Roberts is amazing in like everything. She looks fucking stunning in the movie. She's great in that movie. I love her in that movie. She's awesome in it. I think, and she won for that, right? Or just nominated? She won. Pretty sure she won. Best Actress. Pretty sure. If I missed not, am I right? Yes or no?
I'm looking it up.
Oh my god. I'm pretty sure I looked it up and it was correct. Anyway. Erin Brockovich. Are you looking it up?
I'm looking it up.
Are you looking it up?
She was the winner.
That's what I said.
In 2001.
No. Okay.
That was her first and only Oscar.
Erin Brockovich. Has she been nominated in other times?
Pretty Woman.
Mm-hmm.
And Steel Magnolias.
Oh, wow. I don't know why you're so quiet. It's driving me insane.
And
doesn't matter.
August.
I don't care.
Osage County.
I don't care. I just want to know about this one.
Okay.
She was great in it. I really loved her in it. She's charming. She's awesome in it. I thought Albert Finney was really good in it too.
Who's that?
Ed.
Oh yeah, he was great.
He's really great in it. Everyone else, Aaron Eckhart. I really enjoyed Aaron Eckhart with that ponytail. Was like
good.
Killing me. Just killing me.
He looked so cute. I loved him in that.
Well, we can talk about that too. Okay. So Erin Brockovich, 2000. For those of you who haven't seen it, it was Julia Roberts plays this single mom who basically brings down a major energy company, PG&E, which is Pacific. What does that stand for? Pacific something Energy. Pacific. What is it, Tara? Do you know? PG&E is Pacific Gas and Electric Company, and a bunch of people are getting sick in California, and she's working at a law. She gets a chance at a law firm to she basically forces her way into a job, and then starts doing research and gets really involved with this big case, this class action lawsuit against PG&E, where a bunch of people are getting sick, cancer, things of that, all sorts of sick.
She was the driving force of it.
Yeah, I don't know how true it is. You know how that is sometimes with movies like that, but I think with her it's real.
Yeah,
I think it's pretty real that she was kind of the thing behind it all.
Because she was like, wait, why in this real estate case are there medical records?
Right.
So then she got to snooping.
So here's what I'm going to say about the movie. I get it. I get the charm, and it's supposed to be like this uplifting movie, but I found it to be insanely depressing movie. Insanely depressing. Everything about it was depressing. The things that were supposed to be he's like, oh, I love Aaron Eckhart in that movie, but he's a douche and just leaves and is a cunt.
Well, that part.
And then he just comes, and then I guess, did they get back together?
Yeah, he realized his error.
Yeah, but he's being.
But that line where she goes, he's like, "I'm not them," and then she was like, "Stay."
And then he dips. And he was them.
Yes.
And he was so cool before that, and all of a sudden he turned. And then he shows up and watches the kids, and so I mean, he had a lapse. It
Yes.
happens.
It happens.
Relationships get weird. It happens. But I don't know if they're still together. I wonder if they're still together. But I just found, like, first of all, that's none of that has stopped Tara. What that company did is companies are doing every day and getting away with it.
I know, Drew.
Left
but
and right.
Erin,
And then it's depressing. And it's like, I was not uplifted at all. I was like, it made me more depressed watching the movie. At the end, even when they get the money at the end, I'm like, cool. Like, she gives the one family $5 million, right? Spoiler alert. Like, for some reason they get $5 million, this family. And she's like so happy. Like, I'm like, oh, it's like the moneyness of it makes me feel gross. Like, they owe them something, but they're all so fucking sick still. The money basically means nothing. Then she gets her $2 million at the end, which obviously changes her life. But it's also but also that's not what life's about. Like, it made it feel like life was about that money at the end. I really fucking hated that message at the end of the movie, and I knew it was going there. And like, so it was depressing. And I knew where it was going. I was just like, ugh. Listen, I like the idea of drive and like doing your own thing and like fighting for the little guy. But that was lost in the end for me. Like, it's just like, ugh. Like, it was depressing because, like, again,
no.
yes, Tara.
Mm-mm.
Yes, it was.
It wasn't depressing. It was good.
Because
those
was
people
fucking depressed the whole movie. I
Well-
never was like, I'm like, you're great and charming. You're great and charming. You're great and charming. But the actual story, to make that a Hollywood movie, made me depressed more. He was like, ugh. Like, it shined a light on it, but I just got grossed out by it, honestly. Good movie. I think it's a good movie. But I don't find it uplifting in the least. I actually liked the movie a lot, but I found it to be depressing. If that makes any sense. But you like it. Go ahead.
I love it.
I liked it too. But you find it to be what? How do you find it to be?
Well, at the end, I felt good. And I agree. It's like, man, especially now, like, since $5 million doesn't feel even remotely enough because of inflation and how everything's changed. But, like, without Erin, they would have had nothing. And now they don't they can move. They can move to a different place and they don't have to live on that land. They don't have to worry about their health. Like, they can pay for that. So, like, so much is being taken off of them.
Absolutely.
That would have never happened if Erin was not there helping her.
Yeah, I get that part of it.
And then Erin getting the money, again, like, she gave up so much to help these other people. And then this was going to help her make her life a little easier and her children's life a little easier, so they don't have to live paycheck to paycheck, and maybe she doesn't have to work as much.
Yeah, I guess that's what depresses me, is that she has to have $2 million to live in this world. That's what depresses me.
Well, she didn't have to.
No, but I mean, it is. I mean, that's
like,
the case. Like, oh yeah, now my life's great. I can do whatever I want. But until she got that, her life was. I mean, she was actually doing pretty well before that. Clearly, she was getting paid good dough at that before that. But yeah, I don't know. Just like that end message, like I hated that as an ending. I hated it as an ending. Hated it. I was like, I'm just glad for her. She earned it. You know? Does she really? But at the same time, does she need $2 million from that situation? I know she worked a ton over those years.
Well, it was from the 40% or whatever.
I know that. Why do they get 40% of it? That more than 40% should be going to those families. That's what I'm talking about. What are we talking about? There's no reason for them to get 40% of it. They do got to pay for things and things of that nature.
Well, that's the thing.
But it wasn't that. There's no way it cost that much. 40% of $350 million?
I don't know, Drew. I don't know. You're probably right.
I am right.
I mean, they probably weren't taking
well, here's how I know. She got $2 million. She just got a $2 million as a bonus. So, I don't know. That's my big issue with it. That's another so just give her $1 million even. That other million could go to one of those families that probably didn't, because it seems like they didn't split that money up evenly.
No, they didn't.
You know, wasn't definitely split up evenly. So, but there's another family that could use that $1 million that was going through some some shit. I'm not saying she didn't do a lot of good work, but she was getting paid that whole time for her job, and I think she
But
was.
she's doing way more work than she was probably getting paid for.
Probably.
Definitely.
She was going to be happy with 500,000. And it seems like that might have been what she figured was right. So let her have it. Anyway, back to the movie. I didn't find it uplifting. I was pretty bummed the whole time. Soderbergh movies will do that to me though. I just watch them like, ugh. Steven Soderbergh. Do you know what else he's directed?
Nope.
Ocean's 11, Magic
Never
Mike,
saw it.
the original Magic Mike.
Ugh.
Yeah, but he also did Magic Mike, The Last Dance, Magic Mike, I think XXL as well.
Well, he did much better on the
So
second
those are fun.
two.
But he did what else did he do? Contagion, very depressing. Traffic, depressing. I like Soderbergh stuff quite a bit. He's good. Listen, I like the movie. I said it's a good movie. Actually, I think it was a great movie. I just was like bummed by it more than it. I wasn't uplifted. I think it's supposed to feel uplifting, but I was very unuplifted. Because again, that was what? How many years ago? That was the 90s. That was like the 90s when that happened. 30 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing's changed. These companies do shit like that all the time and get away with it.
Yeah.
You know, so I guess that's I can see that and go, oh, we all saw this and oh, that's a great movie. You know, Julia Roberts got an Oscar for it, and then nothing changes.
Well, it's good to know that there's people like Erin
Like
Brockovich
Julia?
out there, like Erin Brockovich.
That's the problems we all in our brains. We all picture Julia doing it instead of Erin. I know what Erin Brockovich looks like,
but she was so good in that movie, and she looked so pretty like the entire time.
She's so hot in it. She was hot. She was hot in it. I don't always find her hot. She was hot in Pretty Woman. She was very hot in this. Hold on. Let me give you my top 3 Julia Roberts movies really quick, okay? You want that from me?
Sure.
I think you do. Pretty Woman's in there for sure. Hold on. Sometimes I just go straight to all of her movies. That's all we want. That's all we're all looking for.
I know.
Probably Pretty Woman. And then I thought she was great in this. And then I really like her in... I'm trying to think. Do you have anything off the top of your head?
Definitely not Stepmom.
I've never seen it.
Ugh.
She had a really good, cool,
she was
90s,
really good in it, but it was terrible.
Early 90s where she was in, Flatliners and Sleeping with the Enemy. But I don't think it would go on my list of my favorite Julia Roberts. Favorite Julia Roberts performances.
My computer's being slow.
It always is. You know what? I actually like her in the first Ocean's 11 movie. I like her in that quite a bit. There's my answer for you.
Ooh, she was Tank in Hook.
She was Tank in Hook. Other categories. Did you do any of them or?
No, this was yours.
I know, but I didn't know if you had any answers to them. So I would say the iconic moment was the moment where she goes to the water thing and does like bends over the desk and squeezes her boobs together a little bit. That was the trailer movie. That was the icon. I knew that was coming. I think that I would say that's the iconic moment from. I think Tara confuses iconic moments, iconic sometimes because she thinks Womanizer and Toxic are Britney's iconic songs.
Mom and I
they're
did
her favorites, but they're not her icon. Tara, Oops, I Did It Again. Her in that cat suit. Baby One More Time. Her in the school in her basketball clothes. They're I close Britney Spears. That's what I see.
Well, when I close my eyes, I see Toxic. And
it's not you can make the song better, but that's not iconic.
In her flight attendant suit, Squeeze Me.
It's not even fucking close.
In her
you're fucking
red
insane. I'm not
outfit.
Not your favorite song. It's what is the most iconic Britney. She was at her biggest when those two songs came out. When Oops, I Did It Again, she had that making the video. Iconic. Oops, I Did It Again. I think it's probably her most iconic. But I would say the Julia Roberts' iconic moment was the leaning over the desk, squeezing the Hooters. I think I've seen the movie because I remember the scene where all the kids are hanging out with her while she's making copies. That like stood out to me, and I don't feel like that was in the trailer. Maybe it was. Tara moment.
Yeah.
I don't know if there was a Tara moment for me. You know what? Maybe anytime every time she came in and the new law firm that joined up with them was in there, and she would yell at him in a different room. That was like cringy to me. That felt very Tara. Like Tara doesn't like this type of scene. Would you
I
agree with
actually
that?
liked those scenes.
But you like them? But to me, that feels like a Tara moment.
Oh yeah, like if probably the first time I watched it, if I didn't know it was coming, I would have been like, ugh. But I knew that she was gonna be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I like that. You kept thinking she was gonna get fucked.
Mm-hmm.
And
he was doing everything that he needed to, but he
wasn't
communicating to her why.
Right, but she was off doing shit. He didn't have time to tell her everything. It was a different time. It was harder to communicate with people. There was call on phones and shit, and having to get to phones and send faxes.
How about when she was like, hey, can I work on this? Dig deeper into it. And he was like on the phone with probably his wife or whatever, and was just like, yeah, sure, whatever. Get out of here. And she gets fired because she didn't show up for a week. Yeah. I left a message.
Yeah, I liked that. I liked that part of it. So my favorite character was it's tough. It's Julia Roberts. It's Erin Brockovich.
Yeah.
If I can't pick her, it's probably Ed. I liked the character of Ed.
Yeah.
Like I just liked kind of like he's just this old man that could have been set in his ways, and just with this young Spitfire came in. And listen, if she's not a hot, tasty treat like she was,
none
of that happens. I didn't like the way the other girls treated her.
Yeah.
They might have been my least favorite characters, just the way every other woman treated her, I would say. Eventually, a lot of them came around, but they were very rude to her. I mean, to be fair, her first outfit, the first day of work, was like a see-through top with like a bra under it. That was a wild look. That was the only one I was really like. That was the only one where I was really like, okay, all right, Erin. Like most of them were, she looked good in them, but like that was the one I was like, this is like you're going to the club,
right?
What is this look? Like even like at a club, it's like, what are you wearing? That's the only one I thought they could have like a little bit of an issue with it. So, other than that, who did I hate? I didn't really hate anyone. My least favorite character is probably, I would say it's just like the way the other woman treated her at first, and even like treated her kind of throughout the movie. Even like the other woman, the redheaded woman, was a turd to her.
Yeah,
and she was rude back, but I liked it. She deserved it.
I didn't like the first guy that came in, like to give their first offer.
Oh yeah,
he was like slouched in the chair, and then was kind of like.
When he realized he's like, I'm a doofus, and he kind of like realized he was out of his league. He's like, I can't.
It's like we're like $1 billion company.
He's like, I'm not allowed to even like negotiate,
right?
So it's like, oh, you're just to think you're important. It's like your first thing, and it was so. Yeah. Anyway, I guess PG&E. Anyone from PG&E, I did not like. Mm-hmm. They were turds. And I didn't. Well, and maybe Aaron Eckhart for that middle section where he was being a whiner.
It's like, what the hell?
It's like, bro, you're just at home anyway. Relax.
Right.
He just wasn't getting laid. He wasn't getting laid.
Yeah. Because he didn't give her the earrings because they didn't sleep together for 6 months.
Did he say that?
Well, she said he hadn't done anything nice or said anything nice. Because he said that I saw these and thought they'd look so good on those pretty little ears. And then I was like, I'm going to give these to her when she does or says something nice. Do you know how long ago that was? And she's like, what? 6 months.
Erin was annoying sometimes. Don't get me wrong.
For sure.
She was annoying, but sometimes you gotta be
she was very. I mean, the way she took care of those people, knowing 600 people's numbers, their cases, everything. She was committed.
But can we? But also a little neglective of her own family.
Yes.
her own kids, just a guy she's been dating for like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, is just taking care of her kids all the time. That wasn't great. It wasn't awesome.
No, but
I would say it wasn't great.
Not great.
She got a little like she didn't have a good work-life balance. I'm going to say that.
No, not at all. Well, it's crazy how it started, where she gets smashed by a car.
That was a great scene too.
Yeah.
It's a good movie. Listen, it's a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
That was a really great scene where she doesn't get that job, and then it turned green, and she was never really stopped. I'm like, dang, she timed that about perfect, and then smoked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that was familiar too to me. I think I've seen it and just didn't remember it. I think I probably saw it in 2001.
How about that, like, guy that kept giving her weird looks?
And then he
ended
was like,
up.
Why not just say something to her?
Right?
Well, he kept trying, it felt like, and then
But he was just
really giving him the time of
uncomfortable
day
and-
because he was a little weird looking dude.
Yeah.
But then
and
he was the whole,
awkward.
he was the whole puzzle.
Yeah.
He was the final piece of that puzzle. So
I like how at the end they're like, "How did you get 600 signatures already?"
and she's like, I gave
And
BJs.
she's like, "I gave them all BJs." Oh boy, am I tired. And then Ed pulls the chair out for her to sit down.
Yeah, that was weird. I thought that was a weird. I wonder if she really said that because it was weird.
She's pretty sassy, so I can imagine her
I
saying
was like,
that.
all right, interesting thing to say in a workplace environment. I thought it was very weird.
How about the when she was collecting water samples and there was that dead
That was
frog?
a fun montage.
Ooh.
That was a fun montage of her like crawling
Yeah.
down and things and getting water samples. Yeah, it was like I said, the movie is well made. It's really good. I enjoyed it, but I just thought it was depressing. That's all. What another category?
What's the sexiest scene?
The sexiest scene is just any Julia scene, like top to bottom. I think she was sexy the whole movie. I don't think there was a scene where she didn't look sexy. I think in every
Even when
scene
she was
she's
sick.
Even when she was sick, she looked great. She looked great in that movie. Yeah, I don't know. There was a scene. I think it was just Julia Roberts, beginning to end, looked sexy. I think that's just the way it was. There wasn't like a moment where it was sexier, you know? Yeah, I don't think so. I'm gonna say just every Julia Roberts scene. Nailed it. I'm back into Julia Roberts. She was like 32 when that movie came out.
My favorite, like a scene that I always remember is when she first meets George, and
That's
he's
a fun
revving
scene.
his engine, and she's like yelling in his ear,
I feel like she just started hanging out with him so she wouldn't have to deal with that all the time.
right? And then he's like, "You want my number? Which number? Do you have a lot of numbers? I got numbers coming out of my ears."
Yeah, it's like that.
10.
That's like the
iconic scene.
That's like the scene. Every movie like that has a scene where, you know, the woman just rattles off a bunch of shit. It's like the Marissa Tomei scene in My Cousin Vinny, where she's like says like just rattles off a bunch of shit with attitude and sass, and then he walks away and like falls down. Like,
Yeah.
in love. That was a good scene.
Yeah.
Great scene.
Great scene.
Listen, good movie. I didn't say it's not good. Other scene. What am I missing? Almost like iconic character, iconic moment. The message I would say of the movie is money at the end. Give me that dough. It fixes it all for you.
Mm-hmm.
That was the message, and that's why I don't like it. That was the message at the end. You get that 2 million buckaroos. You work hard, you're gonna get 2 million bucks, and you got it made in the shade. Don't always work like that, sweetheart. That's the message. I'm missing something. I'm missing a category or two. I'm trying to think other than rating it.
The hero and the villain, which we already know.
Pretty easy who the hero is and the villain. I think I basically explained who I said my favorite character was and the worst person was. Though I'm trying to think if there's a twist I can throw on either of those, the villain or I think the women. I guess that was what I said. The women were the villains of the goddamn movie. They were so rude. All the other women sucked and treated her like shit. I hated that. But it's real. They were jealous little sluts.
I liked when she called her Krispy Kreme.
Yeah. That was the one character she never really. All the rest of them, she kind of like. There were moments where they were kind of like with
Got
her,
back and yeah.
like together. Like the black lady went in that one time with her and was like loving it, being
Oh,
part
that
of
part
it.
was awesome too.
But like that, I don't feel like the big lady ever had like a moment like that with her.
No.
Where they like became friends.
Well, she probably hated it because like she had been Ed's secretary his entire career.
Sure.
And they had that special relationship, and then hot Julia Roberts comes in and he had no time for her, and it's just like, hey.
And she wouldn't, and guess what? If she had done that shit, she wouldn't have got away with it.
No.
Erin got away with a lot of stuff because she was attractive.
Yeah.
At the same time, Erin Brockovich, Erin Brockovich isn't ugly or anything, but she's not fucking Julia Roberts. Do we say that?
I gotta look her up.
Like, she's not ugly, but she's not Julia Roberts. She kind of looks like she just looks like a lady. She looks like a lady you'd run into at a bar who'd be like the hottest woman at a small town bar. Back then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She's not Julia Roberts. I still think she would have got away.
Julia Roberts is like.
I think she still would have got away with shit. Like, here's a picture of I'm seeing her, and she looks really good. But it's like after she's had some money and she's a little. She actually looks better, in my opinion, a little older. I like her a little older. Erin
I think she's pretty.
So, but she would have got away with some shit.
Yeah.
For sure. And I guess the only thing I have left to do is rate it.
Rate it.
I would say I would give this movie. Man, there's so many. I got a couple things I could make it. I'd probably give this movie $5 million. I'd give this movie $5 million. I rated $5 million.
All right.
5 out of $5 million.
I like
5
it.
million out of $5 million. I think it's really good. It's a really good movie. I guess at the beginning I made it seem like I didn't like it, but I just wasn't inspired by it completely.
Just
it was a little Hollywoody for me, and then it was like some of the messaging at the end I didn't love, and it was also just really depressing because I know how the world works still.
Yeah.
This movie's old and it ain't changed, you know.
Yeah.
So there's always something fucked up going on. So yeah, that was Erin Brockovich. We're 56 minutes in. Shit.
Jesus.
Well, we talked a long time about it. It was a good movie to talk about.
It was good.
I came in with hot opinions.
Oh, and there was like a good 4 minutes where you were making a drink.
That was 10 minutes. I was done with that 10 minutes in.
Well,
get over it.
We would have only been at 40.
It was delicious. I deserved it. It's Cinco de Mayo and I deserved it. I did a lot today.
Good.
You ready for this list? Let's just get right into the list.
Okay.
So our list for the week was, I don't know exactly how I said it. Did you write it down? It was
God.
Basically top 3 plus. It's our top 3 plus, so top 5 talents?
Yeah, we'll see how this goes.
Well, not talents.
I did talents. I don't.
Because we were going to have a talent show. Top 5 talents to have.
Yeah.
Top 5 talents a person can have. Top 5 talents I appreciate. I have a list of 5. I have a list of 6.
Okay.
There's one honorable mention, and then I actually have a list. I'm going to give you 5 at the end. I'm just going to rattle off 5 at the end that are not talents that I enjoy. That I don't think are talents.
Okay.
Those aren't good talents.
All right. I like it.
So, Tara, what is your number 5 talent? What's your number 5 special talent someone can have?
My number 5 special talent is speed reading.
Oh, that's very good.
How...
Tara, that's very good.
You could just read through something so fast and the knowledge you could get. And I just wish I could read. Because me as a slow reader, too.
I'm a slow reader as well. Mom reads fairly quickly.
Yes.
Miranda reads kind of quick, but not crazy quick. And sometimes when I get reading, I can read quick. But man, I get distracted and I read every single fucking word.
Me too.
Basically,
and
I feel
have little...
until I get in a zone. It's rare for me to get in a zone. I can get in a zone.
If I'm by the ocean, I can.
Hell yeah, speed reading's good. Is it real? Do you think it's real?
I think it is. Like, because like when people just do like this.
Is that real?
I think so.
Is it real? Speed readers out there. Is it real? Is that a real thing?
I think it is.
I don't know, man.
But I just
hope
am
it is.
like, it's cool. And I wish that I had the ability to speed read.
So my number 5 talent someone can have is, and it's I kind of an all-encompassing. So mine are kind of almost categories. Yours is very specific. They're not all. So one or two of them is pretty specific. But my number 5 talent someone can have is crazy acts of strength. Love that sort of shit. Like tearing a phone book, bending pipes, picking up giant stones, lifting cars. Anything you could either see on like the Guinness World Record show, or the World's Strongest Man show. I don't just mean people out there pumping on. I don't mean like someone bench pressing a ton of stuff. I mean like great, like stuff, strange things. Like look what I could, where you're like, man, how would you even do that? Your grip strength,
right?
And you're like, just like core strength, things like that. Love it. Crazy feats of strength. Love it. Not weightlifting, weird lifting, weird strength.
Yeah, I like that.
Someone that can just like pick up a whole, like I said, just drag a car with their teeth. Love it. Love it.
Yeah. My number 4 is the ability to speak multiple languages.
I thought about that. It is good. Continue.
I mean, you could literally go anywhere and have conversations with people and like not have that like uncomfortable feeling that you don't know how to communicate with the people that you're
it's good.
Encountering.
It's almost too good.
Yeah.
Where it's almost like, man, it's like a lot of people from other countries can speak multiple languages.
And that's
Americans
amazing to me.
Not. But like people that speak tons, I'm like, how?
Right? Where they're like, I'm fluent in all these languages.
Nerd. Nerd alert.
I'm fluent in these languages, and there's a couple other languages that I'm conversational, and I'm just like, I barely can remember words in English, let alone.
No, yeah. The best I can do, like with Spanish, I can basically figure it out if it's written. Like if someone's speaking to me in Spanish, forget about it.
Yeah.
But like if I see it written out, I can kind of like
remember
figure out the context of certain words.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I know what that is. And I'll be able to almost, because sometimes it's like almost just a skewed version of the English version sometimes.
And like when you take Spanish classes, you're more so learning how to read it and write it than say it. Yeah, because everyone's like,
I've been doing Duolingo actually for the last couple of weeks.
Can you imagine if you could speak all those languages?
It'd be amazing, Tara.
It'd be such a fun talent.
I wonder what the most amount of language one person can. I'm dumb. I'm fucking dumb. God, I'm dumb.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're not. I said yeah.
My number 4. Oh man, what am I going to leave out? My number 4 skill someone can have.
Talent.
My number 4 talent someone can have is to be actually good at singing or dancing. Like singing and dancing. If you're actually good, there's plenty of famous people that are singers and dancers that are not good at it.
Yeah.
I mean people that are really very good at these two things.
Yes.
Where I'm like, man, you really can dance.
Yeah.
Man, you can really sing. Like you are great at it. It's impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the big singers, the ones that are all timers. Even like people that are not all timers, but you hear them saying like, "Oh man, you're a really good singer."
I kind of have that, but it's a little different and it's up higher. So I'm gonna not say too much.
Okay. So yeah, singing and dancing when it's good.
Oh yeah.
Like when it's good dancing. When we
good
watch
dancing,
ABDC and they weren't good, yuck. And when they were good, great. And then when you watch America's So You Think You Can Dance, and they're excellent dancers on that. Mm-hmm. Or you watch Magic Mike and the dancing's really good.
Yes.
And then when it's not good, it's not so good.
And then it's like JoJo Siwa and you're like, No.
You suck at both.
Yeah.
It is people going after her is like the funniest thing ever. And her
Uh-huh.
just being completely delusional.
I know. And then she
Like,
just keeps doing her dance.
and then you see other like people like it's actually not that bad of a move. She just sucks at it.
Right. People are like, this is actually really good choreography. She just has
Doesn't know how to
no
do it.
skill. Like, and she's just hitting every beat so hard and it just looks insane.
She's a crazy person.
Oh, and then
But I
she was
mean-
on Dance Mom reunion, like
Yeah.
being like Abby Lee, like defending her. And it's like,
You listen, that's because that's what they all came up from that. Their whole lives they've been told they're amazing. They're not.
mhm.
She's not. She's a turd. I just didn't really even. I knew she was like famous among young people, but and like to YouTube and stuff like that. I never knew why. But now that I'm seeing it now, and like people her like own age are ripping on her, they're just like, this person's a nut.
Well, and also like I saw her talking about how she wanted to have a bangers moment like Miley. And like
No.
this is her.
It's not even close.
No.
Because
it's
people, she looks so stupid in her outfit where she's wearing the black. It just looks like so like someone's sister did their crazy makeup for him for like
Yeah.
a funny like a skit they're doing for mom and dad or like a camp performance.
Yeah.
She looks like an idiot.
And
I don't
it's
want to talk too much shit about her.
Yeah.
No one's gonna hear it, but
But still.
but it's like
I was just like, girl.
it's like you have no clue. You are clueless.
Well, that's why I'm kind of
Miley-
like, who is
Nobody was making
helping
fun of
you?
Miley.
No.
They were like, this is out of control. She's
Yeah.
an idiot. What's she doing with her life? And now she's and then it was all of her songs were actual bangers too.
Yeah.
Karma's a Bitch is a terrible song.
Yeah.
And it's not even her song. Someone else put it out. And I guess her song is like went to the top. JoJo's is not doing anything. And this other woman's is like top 10.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it's really funny.
Well, she just like
It's also not a good song. Her version's not good either, but I guess
No.
it's people trolling. Tara,
Yeah.
what's your number 3 skill? Or what's your number 3 talent someone can have?
my number 3 talent is being like super creative artistically
Sure.
and being able to just like make like a whole mural or a
Whatever's in your head.
sculpture or
Whatever's
yes,
in
it's
your
like
head, you can really do it.
exactly. And it's like, oh, I can
Yeah.
make this come to life. Even
Excuse me?
like what?
Excuse me?
Make
You
this come to
paused at a
life?
weird spot.
Oh,
is
make
all.
me come. Make it come
We'll talk
to
about that later.
life.
Yeah, as an artiste myself, I can't do that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I like, I don't even think with a bunch of practice I'd ever get to that point. My paintings are more vibes, which is fine.
Yeah.
But like people that can actually like when you see like those like stone statues, and they look like a sheet, like a sheer sheet is draped over someone. Like that's how good they are at like carving it.
Yeah.
Where it looks like there's like silk draped upon them, and you can like see through it. It's like nuts. It's like how
Yeah.
the fuck? Like they can see the shadows and where the shadows need to be to make it look like that.
And they just have
weird.
like eyes to like make things so beautiful
Yeah.
and move people. Like, oh,
No, I'm
I
with
love
you.
it.
Yeah. You mean any sort of creativity though?
Yeah.
You said creativity. You didn't necessarily say art.
I said
You mean
artistically.
okay,
But
so
like, I mean,
you mean like artistic as in like art class, not musically. And,
yeah,
or
I'm
like,
thinking more in terms of like,
as childhood art class. What art
Yeah.
class? That like very specific term art.
yes,
Okay. Not the arts.
no.
Okay. Cool. I get that. I thought about that. You said a couple I thought about, but I went different route. My number 3. What was it? I keep want to say fucking skill.
Talent.
My number 3 talent someone can have is like a grotesque body trick, like someone who pops their eyeballs out, or like weird double jointed stuff, or like things like that. Again, stuff that you might see on Guinness World Record. I love stuff like that. Like
Can I do it?
no, you know what I mean, where the lady could
I
pop.
know.
Like those are like a human trick, like a party trick,
Yeah.
where people go whoa, and it's like almost like disturbing, but you can't
Yeah.
look away, like someone that might do weird, be able to pull their tongue out and.
What about penis tricks?
Penis tricks are funny. Sometimes. Sometimes I hate them. Sometimes I love them. It depends on how I feel about a person. If some stranger does it, I don't like it. But if I get to know them and then I like them and then they do it, I go, that's funny.
Okay.
You shouldn't be pulling your penis out. It wasn't penis tricks. It was nut tricks. I guess people do penis tricks
No,
too.
there was penis ones too.
Sure. So yeah, that's my number 3 is grotesque. Like the ones where it's like almost disturbing. I like that. That's fun.
I like it.
What's your number 2?
My number 2 talent is being freakishly athletic. Because
I thought about all these and they
just felt just so fun.
I'm glad you took them because I didn't like them. But we got to talk about them.
It's just like the most fun. What seems like so much fun being able to like if you're an awesome dunker, just doing all these sweet ass dunks, or just like being just hitting a bunch of homers, just because it's fun.
Yeah, I don't know. I avoided that because it wasn't very specific. It just was too all encompassing to me. These are all like mine are like I feel like mine are
fine. Then the ability
semi-specific, but also but within that like a grotesque trick, super weird strength. I like weird stuff. No, but I know what you're saying for athleticism, but I when you put dunk with Homer, I'm not jiving with that.
Okay, what about
That's not the
dunking with like being super fucking fast and you're just like a speed demon?
Pick one.
I don't want to. I just think being super freakishly athletic.
How about a person that can do all of those things, like a Bo Jackson?
Yeah.
Because someone that can just plenty of people dunk. They're just tall.
No, but someone being like crazy athletic.
Someone that can excel and like no matter what they do. Yeah. I think what I thought is no matter what they do, we all knew these guys like guys that no matter what sport they participated in, they were awesome at it because they just were athletic and had great eye-hand coordination and were built different. Me. Not me? Okay.
No. Me.
Okay. Oh, you? Yeah. Okay. That's fine. My number 2.
I feel like you really hated my number 2.
Yeah, I did. I thought it was a little too generic for my taste.
You're gonna hate my number 1.
Well, don't try not to be so generic. You're supposed to be having fun with this.
I am having fun
Grotesque
with it.
Human tricks.
That's not that interesting to me.
Yeah, Tara. When someone can do something weird with their body, that's like you're at a party and like, man, you remember like, hey, remember that person? Even that girl that queefed on stage all the time.
Oh,
I didn't like that, but it's like, at least she could do it. It's impressive that she like figured that out. I like that. It's like I chug. I'm a pretty good chugger. Last week was I'm not though, because I do it slow or I puke. Those are my only two options. I just
feel like your number 3 was the grotesque thing. That's not that exciting to me.
What are you talking about? It's specific. I was like, I give examples of it.
You don't like
You're
mine.
Like, be athletic.
That's a great talent.
Be good at math.
Be good at math. I never said that.
I mean, you basically did. Reading. Listen, this is what you got so far. Reading. Speaking languages. I don't remember what 3 was. What was 3?
It was art.
Art. Tara didn't leave elementary school with her and then athleticism. So gym class. Tara, that's just school. You just think it's school.
Everything is school.
No, eyeball tricks, not school.
Yeah.
Superhuman strength, ripping things in half, not school.
Yes, it is.
No way.
Eyeball not tricks school. Is lunch.
So can I guess your number 1? Is it
Did you give your number 2?
No, but I'm making fun of you right now. Is it to the ability to? Is it math?
No.
Okay. Is it math? Okay. My number 2 is very specific. My number 2 talent someone can have is just to be able to do a backflip straight up. I love a backflip. I've always wanted to be able to do a backflip. I can't do a backflip. But backflips rule, and when someone can just stand in place and flip backwards, I love it. I'm jealous of it. It makes me mad that I've never been able to do a backflip in my life. I mean, I've seen people do backflips that I never could think would do a backflip. Like girls out on our cheerleading team would do a backflip. I'm like, how? How are you doing a backflip, lady? You're thick.
Oh, God.
I'm thick. I just never... I feel like I had the athleticism for it. I could jump pretty high for my size. I could move pretty good as a big man, but I didn't understand, just like a pull-up. I don't understand how to do it.
Yeah. I think backflips are cool.
Yeah, they're definitely cool. What's your number one thing?
I don't even want to share it.
Why? This is the point of the show, Tara.
Because
what's your number one talent someone can have? I may love it. You don't know.
You're not going to love it because you're going to start, oh, you're just talking about music class. Or just all about the music
Playing an instrument?
class. Like playing an instrument, but also like writing a song and singing. That is a talent I want.
I agree.
And it's a good talent.
I agree.
Like, if you can write a fucking bop, like, come on.
Mm-hmm.
That would be so cool to be like, yeah, I wrote this song and people are singing along to my song.
You definitely took talent very literal. That's fine. You're allowed to make the list you want. I'm allowed to make fun of it. That's kind of the point. These are all the things you mentioned except for one of them. I thought about
athletic.
Huh? Athletic? No. I just was like, well, that's
you
too.
Just hated
like I thought
it.
about dunk. I thought about just dunking in general, but then I actually don't. That's not a great talent. Too many people can dunk that aren't athletic. They're just tall, so I don't really care about dunking. Like when someone does it impressive, it's cool. But I started thinking about the dunk contest. I'm like, man, the dunk contest is lame sometimes.
Well, then I'm gonna say freakishly fast, being just like the fastest
like Tyreek Hill?
person. No.
I thought about fast, but Tyreek Hill's like the fast guy, and I didn't like that, so I said no. Huh?
I want to be faster than Tyreek Hill.
You want to be faster than Tyreek Hill. I feel like these are all reward. I just feel like, I don't know. They're fine answers. I just don't know that you had a lot of fun with it.
I did.
Really? That was fun.
Speed reading?
Speed reading was a great one. Love speed reading.
Ability to speak multiple languages.
Tara, can I say something? When you came in with speed reading, I'm like, we got a list coming our way. And I think speed reading should have been your number one. I'm just going to throw that out there. I think it would have been a great number one. Can I tell you something? You're going to hate my number one.
All right. I'm ready for it.
For a totally different reason. You're going to hate my number one.
Okay.
My number one talent. You're going to hate it. Mom's going to hate it. People are going to hate that I'm saying to my mom and my sister, because my mom's a listener. My sister's on the other side of this microphone. But my number one talent is oral. Either way, anyone. If you're good, you're either bad at it or you're good at it. It's a great talent to have in this world. Oral. It was an honorable mention before the list started, and then as we were going, I'm like, that's my number one. I like it. It's my style. Tara's gonna hate it, but I'm having fun, and I like it. I know it's not
top one talent. Top favorite talent is oral.
It's a skill. It's a talent. When you're talented at it, you're talented at it, and it's my favorite talent.
Wait, are you? This is just anyone. You're not just talking about your talents, right?
Well, no, I'm not specifically talking. I'm not talking about me.
Okay.
Specifically,
Let's not.
But I'm not saying I'm not talented. But I don't want to talk about. I'm not talking about me. But it's a good. If a lady has that talent, or a man has that talent, or a transgender person has that talent, they're going to get places in life.
Or a transgender person.
Well, I got to keep everybody involved. I had one honorable mention, and it was people that cook well / bake well, casually though. Like I don't like someone who's unless they're like amazing cook or like chef or like amazing baker, like a famous like the person that we order like scones from and stuff. She's an amazing baker. like as far as like cat people that just do it as their thing, cook, bake, and they're good at it. That's a great talent to have. Like,
That
'cause
is.
a lot of people suck at cooking.
I'm so
But
bad
I'm not.
at it.
But I don't mean like just like I don't talk about like and as a restaurant people in general. Fuck that. Get out of my face. Like the pretentious bullshit, the bear type of shit. I don't. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about someone who at home and they can handle their fucking way around a kitchen. I can cook okay. Miranda's an amazing baker. She also cooks pretty good too. But like my buddy Nick, he's like a pretty dang good cook. Like I could if I cooked more, I'd probably get better at it. I can do some things very well. But like someone who can just kind of casually do it all. Nick watches the Food Network. Like it's on all the time at their house. When it was on Sunday before I left, they had it on. He's like, yeah, it's on every Sunday. We put this on. And it's like this thing called, I don't know what it's called, but just like 6 different chefs and they take turns showing how to make something.
Oh,
It's kind of chitting and chatting. It's a good show. And you learn how to make a couple things that are like simple but hard at the same time, and they look delicious. So yeah, cooking was it probably should have made my list. Cooking / baking.
I think that should have been your number one.
You don't like oral.
I mean, I get it, but also
I think it's a good talent. It's my well. The thing is, like my top 5 favorite talents. I'm
Sure.
probably going to pick that over some of these other things.
Sure.
Well, someone popping eyeballs out of their face, unless they're doing it while oralizing, that would be something.
No, I think
While
that
tearing a phone book at the same time,
that might scar you.
tearing a phone book.
Oh God.
While with their head turned backwards, double jointed style. Did you have any honorable mentions?
No.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna give you my top 5 things that aren't talent that are talents I don't appreciate. Top 5 talents I don't appreciate. Impressions / ventriloquism.
Yes.
Both are fucking stupid. I never have like an impression. If someone like slips a quick impression, like they're doing like a stand-up show and they'll slip like a quick one in, just like that's not even like trying to be good.
Yeah.
I'm into it. That's funny to me. But like people that just do them and like everything on SNL and like people that just do impressions and ventriloquism, they suck. It sucks.
I remember one time
sucks.
we both met somebody and it was the first time we met him and someone's like, do your Peter Griffin impression. And
Miranda told him to do it.
Yeah, it's so good. And we both were just like, oh, that's awesome. And
he did it once and we
we're
laughed
like,
and he didn't stop the rest of the night.
It was
he
terrible.
wouldn't stop the rest of the night. We're just trying to drink margaritas.
Yeah.
Number 2, talents. Chugging beers. I'm not a talent I appreciate anymore.
Yeah.
It makes me feel sick. I don't like it. Magic. Except for like 5 people.
Yeah.
Most magicians, no thank you. But like the 5 people that are like, you know,
David
5.
Blaine.
Sure. Put him on the list. There's like 5 people that are actually enjoyable to watch do magic. Everyone else is kind of like weirdos.
Like up close magic is fun.
Sure, up close magic. Or like if you're just a good showman, like Penn and Teller stuff, I can watch them do their thing. Juggling. Get it out of here. I know it's skillful. I can't do it, but it's not a talent I want to watch someone do that much.
Do you remember Mr. Tricks?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, fuck yeah, I remember Mr. Tricks.
Mr. Tricks what he's up to these days.
Tricking around.
He looked so much like the guy from Air Bud.
I don't remember that. I remember Air Bud. The guy that was the original. Like the coach?
No, the person who originally owned Air Bud.
Oh, I don't remember.
Oh yeah.
Let me look it up. I'm just gonna think Mr. Tricks will come up if I
maybe
a porn site could easily come up if I put Mr. Tricks. No, it didn't come up. Air Bud. I don't care about the Air Bud thing. And then my number 1 is mediocre dancers and singers. I couldn't hate anything more than someone who's mediocre at. I'd rather you be bad than mediocre at singing and dancing. Like the people like, oh, that's great. Like that was not great.
Yeah.
The Zendayas of the world.
Oh yeah.
I love Zendaya, but her singing and dancing are very mediocre. Like that, I don't think it could be. That's like the worst. And everyone thinks that Zendaya is a great dancer. Mm-mm. She's not. I send clips on the regular to Tara of like clips of Zendaya, and I'll be like, oh, she's so good, and it's so not good. It's so not good.
It's so
I love
bad.
Zendaya though, but her dancing is like not that good.
She's just not a dancer.
And her singing is not that good. I don't know why I'm going after Zendaya all of a sudden, but like that's what I'm talking about. I like her, but I don't need her singing and dancing. A lot of Disney stuff, the singing and dancing is really mediocre. Taylor Swift, I can't lie.
Yeah.
Mediocre singer, mediocre dancer. Mediocre is probably
bad dancer.
fair on her dancing.
Yeah. She's just so long and not.
But then you want someone that's good, like Beyonce.
Ooh,
like, dang,
so good.
that is so good. Her singing and dancing both.
Uh-huh.
You know, or you watch Adele sing and you're like, holy shit. Or you watch Magic Mike and watch those people dance and you're like, holy shit.
Yeah. Twitch,
Or you watch-
R.I.P.
What?
I said Twitch, R.I.P.
Yeah.
He was amazing.
So yeah, that's my list. It's a pretty good list. I thought it was a pretty good list. You know, I gave you a lot of shit for yours, but I still had fun talking about it.
I have something that I think is
talent.
A talent I don't like.
What is it?
Eating. Like,
oh yeah.
Like,
Didn't even, I was gonna put
chestnut?
that on my. I forgot to put it on my not. Yeah,
ugh.
like speed eating.
Speed eating. Hate
or
it.
just like glutton, any sort of like even if they're not even that fast, it's like they have to eat.
Or like mukbangs or whatever they're called.
Mukbang. Nobody who really does that. People. Nobody really. Yeah, like
but I
heard about it, but I don't know how it really happens.
It's on TikTok all the time.
Oh, they do it on TikTok?
Yeah, people always be mukbang and.
But are they really eating everything? I doubt it. I have doubts.
I just don't like watching people eat in general. It's like
I agree. I don't like Tara. Even when people like make good looking food, I don't like to watch them eat it at the end. I hate it. And they like squeeze it and show you the middle, and then like they bite it and then they squeeze it again. I'm like, get out of here. Mm-hmm. It does not make me want it more.
No.
Cut it. Show it to me. I don't want to see it go in your fucking mouth.
You can talk. You can eat it and then talk about it.
You eat. Speaking of that, there's one more other thing that happens. These fucking Gen Zers think that they're like, oh, old people, they're such fucking. But they all do the same dumb thing. They all do this. Like whenever they're doing like a deboxing or anything, they start off everyone. They're like, they like use their nails. It's like, you're a loser.
Yeah.
You're such an unoriginal loser. Not that doing a podcast is original. But I'm doing it with my little sister.
Talking about
she's coming everywhere.
Oh God!
And our mom and dad are the only ones that listen. This is the best pod in America. What else? You got anything else for me? Did you do any hard questions for me? You got any birthday? Whose birthday is it today? Do you know?
No.
Find out. Do you have any Cinco de Mayo stuff?
No, but I can come up with something. What are your top 3 favorite places to get marks ever?
That's not good for the listeners.
Well, the few that we have might be interested.
I know, but pretend other people are listening. You can't, like, who cares? I mean, you could name them. You know them all.
I don't know.
There's only 3 places that I even go. I go to El Tapatio. I go to fucking.
Oof, those are good.
El Tapatio are my favorite ones. Back when the jumbos were half off on Tuesdays. I don't remember what the name of that place was now. Tarasca's.
That was good.
And then
they had mediocre food.
Mediocre food, but the best margs.
Great margs. Great little patio, just where it was.
But the margs were overpriced. And then the other place that had good margs I like is after that I'd rather make a marg at home. I
like Barcocina. Is that what it's called?
Oh yeah, you know what I
like those.
Fiesta Mexicana had good margs when it was.
Oh yeah,
still Fiesta Mexicana. Did. And good food.
Yeah.
And then they turned it to Barcocina, so I actually don't like Barcocina because I got rid of one of my favorite spots.
Wait, no.
Yes.
That Barcocina's there?
Yes.
What's the one up on Sheffield that I'm thinking of then?
Sheffield. I don't know what you're talking about. Where at?
Yeah, that one. Barcocina's on Sheffield, Drew. Sheffield and Wellington.
Sheffield and Wellington.
It's like a big bar.
I can't picture it.
And I think it's the place that does those things.
What things?
Those globes.
I don't know what you're talking
Those snow globes that you guys would do
about. I don't know what you're talking about.
in the
I've never
winter.
done snow. Oh, that place.
Yeah,
Oh, that is Barcosina. What am I thinking of?
I don't know.
Something else. Yeah, Barcosina does have good margaritas.
I like their marks.
They do margs. I like their margs a lot, actually.
Yeah.
You're right. I'm dumb. I was confusing with something else. The place that replaced Fiesta Mexicana, I don't like it as much.
No.
They don't have bad margaritas, but I like more of a traditional margarita
I
myself.
forgot how good El Tapatio margaritas are.
They're fucking awesome. You should come down and we should get some.
I know, I will.
Karl Marx was born today. What do you know about Marxism?
Nothing.
Me either. I'm stupid.
Mhm.
Adele was born today. Speaking of,
Look
Tara,
out.
what's your okay?
So, Drew, people have been telling me lately that I look like Adele. I've gotten it twice now.
How do you feel about that?
Fine.
Okay. I don't know that you look like her at all.
Well, I think when my eyeballs are big and
Okay. Chris Brown was also born today.
Hmm.
He's a douchebag.
He's a piece of shit.
Sigmund Freud was born today. Orson Welles was born today.
Oh God.
George Clooney. Clooney. They put George Clooney at number 5 and number 6.
Oh.
It's a pretty good day.
It's a lot of.
Tara, would you marry, fuck, kill Adele, George Clooney, or George Clooney?
I will.
So it's George Clooney with a goatee, George Clooney without a goatee.
Okay.
Is the pictures they're showing me.
I'm going to marry George Clooney.
Yeah.
Without a goatee.
Clean shaved?
Clean shaved. And then
You're going to fuck Adele?
I'll fuck Adele.
Or are you going to fuck bearded Clooney? And
No, and then I'm going to get rid of bearded Clooney.
I'd probably take double Clooney myself.
I feel like, no, that's too much Clooney.
Okay. What else you got?
I watched Conan's Hot Ones.
Oh, you watched it so we can finally talk about it.
Yeah.
She had already actually watched it last week, but she forgot and told me after we recorded. Tara, tell me how we can finally review. If you guys haven't seen Conan O'Brien's Hot Ones, turn this off now. Go watch and come back and listen to us talk about it. This is spoiler. That's a spoiler.
That's a spoiler alert. Oh my God.
We can't really ruin it, but
Conan took over that interview and it was pure Conan and it was so good.
I don't think people were like, I didn't even know he was on it. And then I saw like a thing like, was this the best Hot Ones ever? And I went and I had to go watch it.
I was laughing.
And I went, yes.
Out loud.
It is.
Like the entire time.
Because he does a couple things in it. He starts off, I mean, he's genuine the whole time. Like he's like very, like he's answering his questions thoughtfully and really putting thought into him. And then he teaches him another lesson. He teaches young people a lesson. He teaches performers a lesson by the end. And it's basically like and I think this way when I'm performing, and I try to do that when I do the pod, where it's like, what if we're not trying to entertain?
Yeah.
Then what the fuck are we here for?
Right.
We're not picking athleticism for a talent. No,
right.
like that. I connect so much with that thought. He was basically like, so he's like, I got to go for it. It's not going to kill me. It's not going to kill me. It could have, but it's not going to kill me. It's going to suck, but I know it's going to be a good bit. And then he couldn't stop.
Yeah.
And I stand by the theory that the hotter it gets, your drunk nerves.
Yeah, definitely.
He started turning to an insane human being. He was like drooling everywhere. What was your favorite part?
Oh my God. I love that he came in with bits like putting his chicken wings in his pocket.
So fucking good.
And then like the doctor bit at first I was like, this is stupid, but it kept
worked
coming.
Out by the end. You're like, this is so good.
Yes. And then I loved how the host, Shaw, was just like,
he couldn't.
Don't do it.
I think Sean was in the presence of one of his heroes.
He was.
I mean, he's like, I'm just going to let him go. And he did. And it was just like, he was just laughing his ass off. He couldn't handle it.
He was just like.
When he started taking pulls
of my God.
Fucking bottles, I'm like, this person has lost his mind.
Yes.
He's like, there's no heat. You guys, even
Right? I know. He's like, come
by
on.
the bit. He stuck by the bit
Yes.
till the end, even though he was dying.
Yes.
He's like,
He's
what
like,
you guys gonna do?
Are you gonna give me one? Yeah, it's like his little cries that he would do. I'm like, this is
oh my
so
God,
funny.
it was so I'd like to know. So my guess is this, because the young generation loves, I think you should leave so much.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're really big on it.
Mm-hmm.
I think they probably enjoyed this
Oh,
because it had a lot of that
was
energy
wacky.
where it was just mayhem. Mayhem is the energy. It's my favorite kind of comedy, honestly, is mayhem. Is when mayhem just starts to ensue. I love mayhem. We could make this show more mayhemy, but I don't know if that's a good way to do a podcast.
You can always try it.
I try a little mayhem. I can get pretty manic on it sometimes, where I'm just like blah, 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 blah. But yeah. So your favorite part was, wait, what did you say was your favorite part?
God, I just started saying like everything because it was all just so good.
Yeah, I don't know. I have a favorite. Yeah,
I don't, because like I said, when he like first started and he was putting them in his pockets, and then there's just like the build of it, and he just kept, oh, like, are you gonna give me any hot one? Like,
yeah.
And then he like started like he licked the bomb off, and
yeah, it's like, oh my God.
And he's like, I shouldn't have done that.
But he never had like that moment. He never like let on that he was. I mean, you could tell he was in pain, but he never had like that moment like, oh my God. He said a couple times like, oh, that was a mistake.
Yeah.
Mosey's is like, I just got to keep it going. The adrenaline kicked in, and it just carried him through the end of the episode.
And it was so fun.
It was so good.
Like just it was so entertaining. I'm like,
It started off like really, again, like slow, and it was pretty funny. And then it got to this point where it was just like, I mean, once he started putting the chicken wings in his pocket, I'm like, we got something.
Yeah.
Like you said, because he does it after the first wing, I think.
Yes. He's like,
but then it just like escalates, and it's like, I'm like, man, he's
and
a
as
pro.
it's escalating, like Sean's losing his mind, just like, oh.
And as much as I love him, I don't like I don't really listen to his podcast because it doesn't, like I said, his energy doesn't, the people with him don't like pull that out of him as much as I'd like. But his show, it made me go watch his show.
I want to watch it.
I've only watched the first episode so far, but it's very fun.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to watch the other three. I just haven't got around to it yet because I was kind of saving them up, but I just haven't got around to the other three yet.
Yeah, I'm going to watch it because it got me excited about Conan just go at places.
Let's do these emails quick because we're already hour 36 in.
Jesus Christ.
That's how we do business. MELLONfights, MELLON fights @gmail.com. If you guys want to email us, I know we're going to get a couple emails every week, hopefully. MELLONfights. You can follow us on MELLONfights podcast on Instagram. You can follow us on MELLONfights on TikTok. You can follow us on MELLONfights on YouTube. We have 2 emails this week. One is from Miranda, surprisingly. Oh my God, she wrote a million things. How much I'm going to read? We'll see. Drew and Tara, yikes to the last week's double chug. Drew, maybe paint a high life inspired painting and show, describe it on the pod and post it on Instagram. Yeah, maybe, but Tara already did a rock.
And it rocked.
I mean, maybe I'll get a picture of me chugging the double chugging it and then make a painting out of it. Top 5 not superhero heroes from movies. I tried to come up with ones not mentioned last week. You could just take the ones we've said. Mary Poppins. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Mary Poppins is number 5. Number 4 is Kevin McAllister. Also very good. That's a really good answer. That's a really good answer.
He saves Christmas.
Yeah, he does.
And their house.
And the house. Not really. Kind of destroys that house. Zorro from The Mask of Zorro. She loves that fucking Zorro. I've
never seen it.
Yeah, Zorro's pretty cool. I like any guy that's kind of good with a sword. Oh, sword skills? I might have to add talent.
Ooh.
Swords. But not like in a nerdy way. Like, not like swords, like people that go to like, not like a person that goes to like, Comic-Con and has a sword and like learns how to do a couple sword tricks. I'm talking someone that fucking rocks with a sword. Like would go to like almost like fencing.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's a cool skill. It's a cool skill. Any of the James Bonds. Yeah, that's pretty good. Those are good answers. That's kind of in that vein of the Indiana Jones too. If she said I had to choose one, she'd say Daniel Craig. I don't need you to choose one. The character was good enough for me. And then Mulan.
Ooh, yes.
Okay. It's quite a list. From last week, I really liked, it would have included Forrest Gump, Creasy, Creasy Bear,
Creasy
Atticus Finch,
Bear.
and Harry Stamper.
I love Creasy.
I wasn't trying to come up with different ones. Oh, wow. I've also never seen Erin Brockovich, so I'm going to try to watch it this week too. I don't know if she watched it. She had to go to a bachelorette party Thursday. I don't know if she got around to watching it. Top 3 dance movies. Magic Mike last. Did we do dance movies? Oh yeah, we did that last week. Magic Mike's Last Dance. Grease. That's a good one.
Ooh, that is a good one.
That's a really good one. Crybaby would have been good too.
Ooh.
Grease is really good. Grease. That scene in Grease. That might be one of my favorite dance scenes. Is the
competition?
Dance, the competition, yeah. Great scene. Dirty Dancing is number 1.
Definitely.
There's top 5 would also include Footloose and Step Up. Top 3 dance scenes, not for my top 3 movies, just to mix it up. The Twist Contest in Pulp Fiction, that is good. Napoleon on Stage and Napoleon Dynamite, very good
so
pick.
Good.
And Pony from Magic Mike XXL. Those are good. That was maybe one of her best lists, these ones here.
Mm-hmm.
I really like that list. Agree that Tara should watch Saving Private Ryan. I think it's the kind of movie everyone should watch at least once. Top 5 from 2007. Top 5 from 2007. Kindle. So Kindle must have come out. Blackout by Britney Spears.
Yes.
Piece of Me, Give Me More, Freak Show, Break the Ice. Mad Men. Good. Oh, wow. Is that when that started? Not Lower because I somehow still haven't finished the series. Misery Business. I definitely knew every word. What's Misery Business? You know?
I think it's a Paramore song. Yeah, it is Paramore.
Okay.
It's awesome.
And Paper Planes. Paper Planes was a great song.
Boom, boom, boom.
Is a great song. Let's see how many of these honorable mentions I'll give her. Super Bad, great. Knocked Up, great. God, Tara, we did stop.
I know.
We skipped one year that sucked. And then the 3 cents have been great.
Yeah.
We blew it. 5 was bad, and then we stopped. We did it in 2004.
And 3
this is 5,
sucked.
6, 7, and 3 sucked. But these have been great. Damn it. Harry Potter and the Order of Phoenix. Go fuck yourself. Ratatouille. I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry. That is a good one.
I like
Sydney
that
White.
one. Oh, yes.
King of California. Gossip Girl. Chopped. Say Yes to the Dress. Umbrella. Ella. Buy You a Drink. Drank. Sorry. Girlfriend. This Is Why I'm Hot. This was such a good era of music. So many things this is when I first kind of started buying singles, I feel like, on like iTunes.
Mm-hmm.
Soldier Boy with the dance moves. I agreed. Beautiful Girls. This
is when we started going to Chicago.
This is when we started driving down to Chicago. Man, we should have kept doing the list. Beautiful Liar, Apologize, Bubbly, No One, The Great Escape, Cyclone, Shut Up. All right, these are all songs. I've had enough. That's too many songs. Oh no, then there's books. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows book. 5 Gum. Oh, 5 Gum. She had a little gum there at the end. Nice.
Oh, I just bought some 5 Gum recently. Forgot about it. I like it.
Remember, I want to get a 5 tattoo, or like behind my ear here on the neck.
Yeah.
But I can never do, because if I do the number 5, here's what I'm running into. Maybe people can help me come up with a way to show 5 as like a tattoo. The number 5 always, no matter how you write it, looks like you love Take 5 Gum. It just does. And then if you have the 5, I was like, one way I want to do was 5.
Slash marks.
5 like tally marks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But have everyone do their own tally because it's supposed to represent the family. But everyone's like, that'll look like a prison tattoo. I'm like, you're probably right. So I can't think of a good way to represent 5. A high 5, like 5 as a hand, I think is stupid. Maybe it's not. Just a hand giving a high 5. Like 5.
I don't
high
like
5.
it.
What if it's a high 5?
On your neck? That's pray.
That's too pray. I don't know how you do it. I don't know. And what was I saying? What was the point there? Oh yeah. So yeah, if you guys have got any ideas, enjoy the show. Jeannie Mellon said, "Hey, Mellonfights, enjoy the show. So glad the chug is dead. I'm not drawn to burping and puking."
Well, he burped again.
Thinking as an alternative. Thinking on an alternative. Glad you gave Middleton props. Loved watching him play in the playoffs. Not a showboater, just determined and great team player and player overall. Love Chris Middleton. He was definitely the best player for the Bucks during that series.
He tried.
Wasn't close. He was amazing. Thought your non-superhero hero, those lists were great except Sandler. No, that's a great one. I'm not saying he was a superhero. Maverick was pretty amazing, and L and all the rest. L
Woods.
Oh yeah. Happy you didn't rip on my list. I don't remember it. That's probably what I don't have time.
Crazy.
Oh yeah, that's good. Best dance.
William Wallace.
Oh yeah. Best dance. Pony at number 3. First dance scene in Dirty Dancing set to the tone for the whole movie. It was actually a tough call because the scene is so great. 1 Dirty Dancing finale. So she doubled Dirty Dancing to us. The lift was amazing. You may not know this, but that was the first time they did that lift. Yikes. That's actually crazy that they didn't practice that. Right? That's insane. That's insane. He was strong and she was little. Makes sense. Honorable mention. That's not the first time. But they did it a bunch throughout the movie.
But they never get it.
That's the first time they actually completed it, you're saying? Or is that the first time they even tried it? And the rest was like filmed later. They might have filmed the other stuff later where they're not getting it. I wonder. Honorable mention, Flash Dance dances. The movie doesn't withstand the test of time, but the dances do. Footloose, Saturday Night Fever, John Travolta was great. Gross, watermelon seed spinning in a cup. Are you Uncle John and your dad? Not watermelon
Not
seeds.
watermelon.
But
yeah.
Sunflower seeds.
I finished them. I'm done.
Are Uncle John and your dad on the way to Grand Canyon? Yes, that's all they did. I hated them. I agree with Miranda on doing talents. We don't have talents.
No.
We already did an art show. What do you want me to perform the oral that I love so much? It was my number 1. What was your number 1? What was your number 1 talent?
A song. Creating
Tara will sing and we're not doing
writing
that.
a song.
Tara will write a song though.
Yeah.
I agree with Miranda on doing talents. Maybe we'll do a talent. Tara rap Waterfall and Drew give us a song in falsetto. The Waterfall thing got people stole it.
Cucked.
Tara did it first and Tara got cucked by everyone else started doing it.
Yeah.
No lawnmower required. I do sing high.
Mm-hmm.
La 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 la. Hee hee. Hey Tara.
Hey Drew.
Do you have any Nah, we don't have time. Hey Tara.
Hey Drew.
Have a Tuesday.
Have a Tuesday.
Stay dry.
Stay dry.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Melon fights.